the darkness that has engulfed the West African Republic of Liberia. The people, the people have cried many years for a light. A year ago, a light appeared to the people's grace in the House of Senate. And now that we are challenged with re-electing this light that must shine, that cannot be shut off. ADD, Darius Dillon, the light, vote on December 8th, 2020, and vote number 2 to keep the light on in the Liberian Senate. This is a message from Attorney Commander J.R. Galpohkpa Chesson. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women. Welcome to Attorney Commander J.R. Galpohkpa Chesson's talk show. Now, I have to apologize. I came on 5 o'clock this morning and I had volume problem. I had to shut off. I came on again. My equipment fell from my table and shut my show off. So here I am again. All the clumsiness is gone. Let's get into my lesson this morning. Let me put it up so we can know where we're going, Liberian people. Because as I woke up this morning, trying to listen to different things, changing my volume and my set, I couldn't get it back on. And that's what happens when we live under Murphy's Law. You ever heard about Murphy's Law? It's a significant law of life that tells you if it will happen, it will happen. When you least expect it, things can go wrong. When you're all prepared to start, and when you start, something goes wrong. That's Murphy's Law. Expect anything at any time. Okay? So, we don't control nothing. Basically, that's what Murphy's Law is. We don't control nothing. If it's going to happen, when shit's going to hit the fan, it's going to hit it. And you can't stop it. Okay? So, that's enough of my explanation. Let's get into my lesson this morning. As usual, I have my 3 topics. 1, Liberia's country giant, folk preacher, zombie dancer, President George Weah. 2, Liberians dancing to folk preacher's zombie dance. Beat 2. 3, do Liberians have futures? Now let's get in my lesson. I want to have my background music going on this morning. So yeah, please bear with me. We got to learn all the things that bother us in our country. And this zombie music, oh, don't stress me. So I want the zombie music be playing in the background as I start my first topic. Liberia's country giant, fuck the preacher, zombie dancer, President George Weah. Ladies and gentlemen, President George Weah is a disgrace to Liberia and the Liberian people. Our president is an immature kid. Our president has no concept of his duties, his obligation, his behavior as president of the Liberian people, as president of the Liberian nation. Now listen to this song. Our president go around dancing to all in the public and singing to with the young children in the street. The words of this song states that the bartender must spread the booze. He's there with his group to party. He's a poor man's son. He want to drink. Wake up and pass the liquor. The poor man's son want liquor. He want to get drunk. He want to walk until he crawls. This is the song that the president of Liberia sings to in public with the wayward children in the street. Dances the zombie dance. All of that. Why? Because he's a drunk. He's a weed smoker. And he's a useless Liberian citizen. How many of our decent children, how many of our serious citizens, how many of our grown men and women go out in the public as leaders of the Republic of Liberia and dance the Zombo dance? Sanko, me, I want to do just the panko. Wake up and pass the liquor. That's the president of Liberia. So you know we have no hope for our country. How can this immature, wayward man lead the Republic of Liberia and Liberian people? The public that he represents are the people, the children from the slums, where they drink all kind of liquor and get drunk and participate in all kind of lewd and immoral acts. This is where the president of Liberia is coming from. He's a zombie dancer. He's a poor man's son. He want to drink. Wake up and get him the drink. Bartender, the party is here. George Weah and the fucking government is here. This is a preacher. A man who declares himself a preacher of the gospel of Jesus Christ. This is a man who claims to be the representative of the indigenous people of Liberia. This man can represent me. He represents the indigenous people of Liberia. He calls himself the country giant. I'm not a country giant. He calls himself the fucking preacher. I'm not a member of a fucking church. He calls himself a zombie dancer. I'm not that immature to take the responsibilities of my country and place it under my zombie dancing, drinking ways. This is the president of Liberia. And just from the behavior of this man, we have nothing else to say. Then you're wondering why we have no money in our country. You're wondering why our children are being raped, are being killed in that kind of way with impunity. Then you're wondering about why homosexualism is being perpetrated in our country. Not because of consensual sex, no, but because our institutions of government that employ our people are being used to promote evil against the Liberian people to be employed in their own ministries, agencies, and bureaus of employment. Our country is debased. Our country is going to the ground. Talbot told us this thing. He told us, you'll kill me. You will go down to nothing. And we are down to nothing. Where the president of the Republic of Liberia dances to the drunken song, to a lewd and lascivious song in the public, so the whole world can see him as a zombie dancer. I'm the son of a drunkard. Give me my booze. Sanko, me, I want to be just like Blanco. Blanco, oh, bartender, that's the thing. Me and my party, yeah. I'm a poor man's son. I want a liquor. Give me liquor. Then you'll wonder why the president is sleeping with every woman in the town. Why the president is more wild than women? Why a president can't control our government? He got his wife and her family controlling part of our government and the rest by the ignorant CDC leadership. Then you'll wonder why no food in the country, why no light in the country, why no running water in the country, why our children can't go to, where you going to school for? Your poor people children go get the liquor. There's the zombie. The president is a zombie. He's a drunkard. He's a poor man's son. That all he want past the liquor. You see how you disgrace us? You see how your CDC and native people who say you're the children of the soil disgrace us time and time again. We gave you a small leadership, your ticket, and gave it to a slum man. I don't blame you. That's why I blame Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. She can't sit down there and left her party and introduce this man to the world as the future of Liberia. Is this our future? Is George Weah truly the future of Liberian people? I rest my case. I don't want to talk about that no more. Let me go into my second topic. Because ain't our wife talking to? If the head of our country is supported by a Harvard graduate who telling the Liberian people now, you must vote right for your future. And she took our future and gave it to a slum, uneducated, useless, zombie dancer. Then she telling us now, we must vote right. How in the hell we going to vote with Ellen Johnson? Who can vote for? You gave us the worst in our nation. A Harvard graduate, a useless, stupid woman. This woman is so stupid. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf is the most stupid, useless, criminal woman on the face of this earth. She's deceiving us every time. She destroy our country, give it to a fucking preacher. Then she coming up and telling us we must vote right for our future. You already destroy our future, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. What kind of future we got? Our president is a zombie dancer. Panko, he want to be like Sanko. Or Sanko, me, I want to be like Panko. Bartender, pass the liquor. I'm a poor man's son, I want the liquor. That's the song our president sings. That's the disgraceful song that the president of Liberia sings. Your keeper. Number two, let me take a break. I gotta give my boy, Darius Dillon, the honor. Ah! Liberia. We are a people of destiny. We are a people of significance. We are a people of hope because we have a God that is great. We have a God that is unique. We have a God that guides our country time and again, saving our people from the 1800s to this very day. We're wise, erudite, and competent leaders to take us out of the trenches every time we find ourselves falling down into degradation, into disgrace, into shame. Now here we are again. Are we dancing to the fucking preacher's zombie dance beats too? I want to know. I want to know. Because they always tell us the head of the nation always is responsible for the sin of the people. Has George Weah led the Liberian people astray? Are we all drunkards? Of all our young children have no consciousness? I don't blame the young children. What do you expect from young children? They are young. They are blind. And George Weah is the corrupter of our youth. He's the killer. And we're dancing to a zombie music. The same thing that's been going on in our country from time immemorial. You know, I got my notes. But when I see this dysfunctionality in our country, I see all the dysfunctional things going on. Are we dancing to the zombie beat too? We got a president with a foreign wife who has not fully amalgamated herself into Liberian society. She has a family in our country running road projects. Nothing wrong with that. If they are professional people, if they are really investing the time in fixing our road instead of joining the roguish bandwagon. The first lady has $200,000 for her office. My only contention is it official? Is that how we gave our first lady money to run her office? Nothing wrong with her having her office, but are there precedents and standards to which a president can grant his wife money on the Liberian people's budget when our country is so poor and suffering and our money consistently disappearing? Now we're in a country where people rather steal light than pay a light bill. Why? Because everybody in our government are rogues. So the people arguments are resting on sound grounds. Why should they pay electricity when the people that lead us will just steal, misuse, misappropriate, and lose every kind of sense, every kind of money, every kind of project we put ourselves in? You know, we can't go through this thing too much because if all of us continue to dance like a zombie preacher, like the fucking preacher, like the country dying, like George Weah, it will continue to dance like him. We are just as immature, full of ignorance, and displaying dumb arrogance, useless, immoral behaviors, and roguish fingers. Stealing fingers. Fingers you can't keep to yourself. You just got to steal every little thing around you. Is this what our country people and our nation people and our civilized people and our indigenous people all about? Dancing the zombie dance now? Corrupting our youth? Now, if the president's thinking about being a drunkard, ever want to drink, what do you expect the young children of Liberia to sing? Our president is immature. Our citizens are immature. Don't complain about life. Don't complain about food. Don't complain about anything. Your dance is zombie dance. And you will see where will take you. Because you come with these stupid, hateful thing, thinking that you're hitting the Congo people will cry because of you. No, when we come home, we displace you. I'm ready to come home yet. I'm waiting for Jesus to tell me, Chesson, get up and go home. I don't just jump up and come among the evil people with all my Jesus giving me the go ahead. I will know when it's time to go home. And I know my country isn't right for me to go home. Everybody in Liberia are zombie dancers. You're drunkards, you're dope smokers, you're liars, you're stealing, you're deceitful, you're treacherous. Who in Liberia country can help us? That's why we got to hang on Darius Dillon. Because right now, he's the only Liberian who has shown that he can give us hope. That at the end of the tunnel, we can see a dim light. We don't need 10 Dillons. We don't need the best president in the world. No. No. We need honest men and women, sincere people who will know and feel that the things they're not doing are right. When you collecting $15,000 a month and you know the masses of the people are striking, are crying and dying because they have no means to survive, that's immoral. If you can't feel something wrong with that in your heart, like Darius didn't feel, people say Darius not educated, but he's more educated than some of your people in Liberia. You're saying he's not educated, but he is conscious enough to feel in his heart that something is wrong. He can discern right from wrong, good from bad, stealing from honesty. He can discern that. And he's telling you, no, this thing, all the money we're getting, something is wrong. It's not right. We can't be getting all this money. And the masses of our people cannot eat, cannot send their children to school, do not have good running water, do not have good food to eat, are living in total darkness. We're going back to the old days where one big shot in Caribbean told us we don't need light, we got the moonlight. So everybody, that was George, we are telling you, you don't need the light, you got the moonlight. So you just stay around and dance the zombie dance, get drunk every night, and all of you go to sleep, wait till the sun to come up, then you can wake up at like 10 or 12 o'clock and start the zombie dance all over. Look for food, look for something to eat, and get on the zombie trail again. Zombie. Sando, Sanko, me, I want to be just like Panko. Pass the booze. Wake up. Wake up. Poor man son want to drink. I drink that I can. I crawl. Can I walk? I want to walk like I'm crawling. That's what you're doing in Liberia, my people. And it hurts my heart. It hurts my heart that my people consistently on this blind, ignorant, gullible trail. Now we come to see our country money just missing. Can't be accounted for, misappropriated, or lost. Just gone with all no explanation. How long? This is not new to us. This is a continuation. And you say you did it, that our time to do it. When will it stop? Look, I think if I ever come to that period, you will kill me because it got to stop. I'm not into all this kind of thing. People don't have time for other people, don't care for our country. See our country falling down, the roads not fixed, our people so dirty and starving and hungry, and our leaders running our country like it's their private farm, and they're the children like Tottenham Town, we're still in Tottenham Town. How long will we take this thing? How long will we be zombie dancers? And now we're going to show our children that drinking and being drunk is the way to life. I blame Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. I blame Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. I blame Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. I'm ready for my third point. Let's take a break. My Liberian people, this is your Attorney Commander, J.R. Galpohkpa Chesson. We have lingered in darkness for too long. Our country's leaders have been the very people that have let us down, that has robbed us of our money and our wealth, and are the very people so ignorant, so incompetent, so evil, they have no regards for the lives of our many children, for their futures, for their hope of a better Liberia. We do not need 10 Darian Dillons. We do not need the brightest president to change our destiny. The Liberian people are the leaders of our nation. We are the profound masters of our destiny. And now we have seen the flickers of a light in our Senate. We cannot let it diminish. We cannot watch it wither away into darkness. We can't watch it be turned off. Keep the light on. Keep the light on. Vote number 2 on December 8, 2020 for the light. Darius Dillon for Senator of Masurado County. This is a message from Attorney Commander J.R. Galpohkpa Chesson. Do Liberians have a future? Do Liberian youth and children have a chance to hope for the best for themselves, their families, our country, our people, the world? Do Liberian children and Liberian people have futures? I was reading in Front Page Africa yesterday, of the African Women Leadership Network and how they have taken the bold initiative to afford Liberian female politicians a lump sum cash of $325 each to encourage them, to strengthen them, in their efforts to participate in the election, enhance the power, the visibility, the legacy of women within our society. Many people have tried to uplift the Liberian women. Many people have tried to uplift our society. But when our people are self centered, when our people are selfish, when their visions are limited, the things we need to help our people become scarce, very, very scarce, because we don't know how to empower ourselves, how to come together and work together as a people with trust, sincerity, honesty, and good leadership. Everything flows from the people. So in Liberia right now, there are 15 senatorial seats up for election. 116 candidates are vying for these seats. They have been certified by the NEC. Of these 116 people, 20 of them are women. 20 of them are women. Okay? The concern of the African Women Leadership Network is that with only one woman in the Senate, Kanga, normally Kanga, with only one woman in the Senate and 8 in the House, if we don't vote right, if Liberian people are not conscious of the need to raise our women, to raise the standards in our whole society, to demonstrate that we value our educated, honest, outspoken, and sound women in our society. We have these men who are so callous-hearted, hard-hearted, greedy, deceitful, liars, and uncontrolled rogues ruling our country time and time again. So if we go to this election and normally Kanga is not voted again to return to the Senate, we may not have any other woman in the Liberian Senate. We have also men who don't care about the needs of the Liberian people. So here we go again. We're on that same trend time and time again. Our women in the house, can they stand? Can they stand with the support of the men of Liberia? We're not saying just go and vote for any kind of woman. No. But we know within the ranks of our women, many of those women running may be as competent or even more competent than Liberian men. But Liberian people cater to personalities and individuals. And now we must begin to look beyond that. We must look for qualified people that we can raise up to these positions of trust, of honesty and dignity that empower the people of Liberia. So hats off to these women, because the total amount they gave to Liberian women is $5,250. $850, $5,850 to be divided among these 20 women at $325 per person. It may not be $1 million. It may not be $500. It may not be $1,000. But how many people in Liberia right now can donate US $300 to a campaign? Not many. So that is a hands up and a helping hand for our people, especially women who need some serious help today in our electoral process. We have to understand that everybody in Liberia have to chip in. We have an immature leadership, an immature government, and there are so many NGOs and personal organizations of people doing things for Liberians and other people. I do. This year I gave $500 from my company to Fort Bay College to build a fence at the school. I don't want to give to Liberian people. That will make my organization not Liberian. But my country is in such a terrible strait right now. We are in such a terrible condition right now. And as a Liberian, charity for me begins at home. If my people are not taken care of, I cannot reach out to help anybody else. And right now, the future of Liberian children is in danger. The future of our children in Liberia is in danger, not only because of their parents, because of the leader of Liberia, the fucking preacher, the country diner, and the zombie dancer. These people are corrupting our youth. When you tell our youth that drinking is good, that you won't drink, that you can't walk, you got to crawl, there's something wrong with our leadership. There's something wrong with our parents and elders in our society who sit down and see this immature leader acting like a little dummy all the time in public and not telling him enough is enough. My people, my young children, your leader is a disgrace to our country. If the leader of the Republic of Liberia is a drunkard, he's a dope smoker, and he hears a song glorifying drinking and dope smoking, and he comes out in public and dances to that song and sings that song to our children in public, he is a corrupter of Liberian minors. He is destroying our youth. He is the essence of evil in the Liberian society. And we are left with nothing but a fucking preacher, a zombie dancer, and a country giant. The president of Liberia is nowhere within the realm of George Weah. He is an immature, useless, foolish, and dumb kid who has been blessed with powers he can never imagine how to handle. My children, Attorney Commander Galpohkpa Chesson cannot come to your house to educate you. I cannot be like your parents in your house to take your hands, teach you how to write, teach you how to read. I can't do that. You're too many for me, first of all. I'll get tired. But I come through this medium, and you see how they try to stop me every way, mess with my thing. All of that can be spiritual to you. Y'all know our people. We are in the realm. But when God is with you, nothing, 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 nothing can be against you. The time of the Liberian people is now. Your future is in the hands of a drunkard, a dope smoker, a dope sniffer, and a profound dummy called George Mane Upon Weah. Change your destiny. Change your future. Start by telling George Weah to step down now. Attorney Commander Galpohkpa Chesson of the West African Republic of Liberia, class is done. My children, the struggle continues. Blessings.